Good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And you know, the banking system, it is just one big global elite cartel that run the whole financial system in the world. We know that to be self-evident. I mean, I don't have to give anyone a lecture about that. It's just absolutely self-evident. But I find it very interesting, I have talked about this in the past, is how the banks in South Africa are just complete, they're just a shocking example of what happens when you get incompetent people running the branches. You know, the bank managers, the accountants, people like that. The number of issues that they have when it comes to completing documents correctly for loans and things like that, they actually have to contract white people who used to be ex-bank staff to come in and fix the stuff-ups by these BEE appointed bank managers. I mean, it is quite extraordinary. And the CEO of Standard Bank, for example, is Sim Chabalala. I wonder how he got that job. But talking about Standard Bank has acknowledged that it made a big mistake by closing some of its 90 branches. But it still insists that most of its customers use digital banking and do not visit the branches. The bank CEO, Sim Chabalala, says the decision to close the 90 branches was mainly because of its customers had moved to digital banking. Well, there's one problem with digital banking, and that is that if there's no electricity, if Eskom falls over, your whole banking system falls over because it depends on electricity to operate. So that's a huge issue. Anyway, carrying on. Chabalala says over 1,000 staff members have either been retrained or redeployed. Now, the fellow sent me this as Gerard, and he makes a very, very interesting observation. He says, I can just mention that most, if not all, of those 90-odd branches that closed down just after the May elections stand with just their doors closed and not even a chair removed inside for the past 2 months. One can see that through the windows. And he goes on to say that not even the signage has been taken down outside the closed branches. And he goes on to say, I have my doubts about all this. Is this perhaps not just a scam trick by the bank's management to retrench some white staff, to then come with a lame excuse later that closing all these branches was a mistake, reopen some of them again, but only appoint affirmative action BEE retrenched staff? Just wondering. Well, I'd say that's pretty close to the mark. But carrying on with the article here, Chabalala says, the vast majority of our customers are not visiting branches, and so what we have done in the process is to understand where that's the case. I have to admit that we have made mistakes along the way. There are certain communities where we should not have closed branches. We got it wrong, and for that I apologize. We're needing the branch. But the bank's spokesperson, Ross Lindstrom, said no decision had been reviewed about reopening those branches. The bank's headline earnings per share is up by 5% to 8.37 cents per share. Its banking activity recorded strong growth in headline earnings, increasing from 0% to 2.8%. Standard Bank says its personal bank and business banking in Africa is the fastest growing business. The bank has admitted that the trade war between China and the US will have a negative impact on its business operations. Well, the banks are foreign controlled. They're controlled from Wall Street. That's where they get their orders, and they have to comply. All right, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please have a safe day, and please like this video. Take care.